Today I want to talk about one of my childhood favorites, The Gate. The Gate is actually really scary considering the fact that it's a PG-13 movie.
I'm not gonna sleep for a week.
It follows a group of kids who battle demons that come from a portal to hell in their backyard. The fact that it's PG-13 and it follows a group of kids, it really makes me think that I owe this movie an apology. The Gate definitely deserves a spot on my countdown for my favorite family-friendly scary movies. At the very least, an honorable mention. The main kids are Glenn and Terry. One day they were hanging out in Glenn's backyard digging a hole because, that's what kids did back then. Only the rich kids had a Nintendo. The rest of us were forced to play outside and dig holes. Anyway, they find a geode.
We're rich.
They bring it inside and break it open. And when they do, it imprints strange writing onto the pad. And wouldn't you know it, they read it out loud.
Aka Kuto Ala Ita.
Didn't they learn anything from Ash? Well, the next day, Glenn's parents go on a business trip, and they leave Glenn and his older sister home alone.
No parties. Okay.
I think you can see where this is going.
Hey, wow.
At the party, they sit around and they take turns trying to levitate each other. And it actually works.
Hey. Help! Come on. Bring me down.
And I gotta tell you, scenes like these in movies, they really gave me hope when I was a kid trying stupid things myself, like the Ouija board or Bloody Mary. Well, little do they know that the levitation is actually another ritual to open the demon gate, which causes the demon infestation. And what a demon infestation it is! Even though these creatures are tiny, they're really terrifying. They just look so evil and gross. And the effects in this movie are actually really impressive, especially considering how low budget this is. Most of the little creatures are done using stop animation, but they also used forced perspective with actual men in suits. There's also plenty of great makeup and practical effects throughout the movie. And who could forget the eyeball? That's somewhere you don't want an eye on a teen boy's hand. Ew. The Gate is actually a great showcase for such a wide variety of special effect techniques, and I love this movie for that. Oh, how I miss the days where directors actually had to be creative about how they would pull off effects. Now everything's just done in post.
This car right here is CG. This is a digital car. This is digital. This is digital.
This movie is so great for so many more reasons than just the effects. The characters are actually really genuine. Glenn and his sister Alexandra have, an authentic relationship.
You're acting like a baby. Just shut up.
Since they're siblings, they fight a lot, which is expected. And I think that's where most movie directors would just draw the line. They just have them bicker back and forth with each other and be like, see? They're siblings. But here, even though Glenn and Alexandra may not always like each other, they really do love each other. Glenn actually gets bummed out when his sister ignores him for her friends. We even get a really great moment where Alexandra bails on her friends so she can stay back and launch rockets with her brother.
Are you gonna just stand there, or do you want to launch it?
This is a surprisingly sentimental moment that I did not and would not expect from an 80s horror movie. Terry also has a very unique situation. His mother died a year or so before this movie, and since then, his father hasn't been around much, so he really craves attention, and he acts out a lot to get it.
I think he's kind of angry inside that his mom's gone. So you just remember that when he gets destructive.
Little nuances like these to characters, they really go a long way to make the movie that much better. Sure, for a kid, horror movies about demons are cool, but how many horror movies about demons also have kids that seem like real people? Like Glenn, I was also the youngest in my family, and when my older sister started spending a lot more time with her friends, it hurt. And even though I never lost a parent at a young age like Terry, I knew what it was like growing up without a father figure around. I also spent most of my free time playing air guitar alone in my room. Ultimately, it's the genuine characters that make this movie so much more terrifying. Never mind the effects and the monsters. I'll never forget the scene where Terry is reunited with his mother, only for her to turn into a dead dog. Also, at no point in the movie does anyone feel safe. Terry is taken, and he's turned into a demon. Later, Alexandra is taken, So it's up to Glenn to stop the demons on his own. Now remember, this is PG-13, so all the kids and the dog, they all come back in the end. But in the moment, it never feels like that, and you really feel like they're gone for good. And that really helps to make the movie seem just that much more horrific. Now, I don't want to give you the wrong impression that this movie's perfect. It's got a lot of problems. For one, the editing throughout the movie is just really wonky. Some of the cuts between scenes are so jarring that it seems like it's a joke. Also, after the parents leave, the sister invites almost the entire school over to their place for a party. But as soon as the demons show up, they just bail.
Well, maybe you should just go with them. Fine.
Come on, let's go.
Like, what the hell was the point of all that? Here I am expecting like a massive body count with all these teens getting captured and taken away, but they just leave. Finally, the biggest letdown of the movie is the finale. The final monster coming out of the floor, that was really cool. But Glenn just takes it out with a rocket. That's it? In order to open the gate, they had to go through a whole list of actions. They had to read the words from the geode, levitate a human being, offer some blood, sacrifice a body, that poor dog. But to close it, they just blast the big demon with a rocket. Unless, in order to close the gate, before blasting the giant demon with a rocket, you had to play air guitar alone in your room. Thanks for watching, everyone. My name's Kenny. If you made it this far into my video, please help me out by clicking the like button. Or hell, click the dislike button. I don't care. Just do something. Until next time, let's not just watch movies. Let's talk about them too. Okay, hopefully they click the like button there.